There are 3 sections in this video. 1. How the user gives access and what services we provide with the access. 2. How to revoke the access. 3. How to visit our privacy policy and terms of conditions on our website. This the Google Cloud Console where the OAuth is set up. Here, you can see the name of our app. The same name will be visible inside the application when the application asks the user for permission for sensitive scopes. In the same page, client ID is also visible. The client ID is the public-facing ID of a corresponding OAuth. The console also has other security information such as SSH1, which is cropped off for security reasons. In the same console are user scopes. The following are the non-sensitive scopes. They are related to Firebase APIs such as cloud messaging, Firebase authentication to link user to a specific ID. Also, Google Play Services authentication and storage-related APIs which allow us to authenticate the user and store his data on Google Cloud servers. The next comes the sensitive scopes. As we will see later, users will have to give us permission to access these scopes. The first scope is related to Google Cloud Data Store API, which allows us to store user data such as scores, purchases, game data, user action etc. on Google Cloud. We can use this data later when user logs in using a new phone. Without the above services, the game becomes non-continuous and user loses valuable game data. The other scope is related to crash reporting. Google Play Console or the Firebase console can access user data such as OS version, device make and model when a crash happens. This will allow us to fix showstoppers and give great game experience to the user. When the game is opened, we connect to Play Game Services. User can choose his Google ID to log in. The scopes used by us are related to storage of data on Google Play Cloud. The first permission refers to access to Google Play activity like high scores, game data etc. which are required to support the user with seamless game environment across time and devices. The second permission is related to access to Google Drive where the data is stored using Google Drive API. The user can then see the summary of permissions. The user can visit terms and conditions and privacy policy of our game from here. We will be covering about this in the third section. Now that the user has given access, his data that may have existed before is shown on the interface. The user can choose to continue the game from where he left before by preferring to load the cloud data. The user is now in the game. The user can delete all his permissions by visiting the Manage Google Account page and go to Security, Third-party permissions and remove access to the application. Visit our website www.bluetickgames.com and go to Terms of Service and Privacy Policy sections to see in detail what data access we seek from user to give him seamless game environment and services.